Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? This is Matt, Transplant Phoenix. I'm joined once again today by my co-host, Christian. Christian, what is going on, my friend?
Addy, you know what? We're just listening to the people over here. They wanted us back for another season, and we're here.
We get the people going. Ball so hard, motherfuckers want.
We had a little off season there. I mean, you like trekked way across the country, but we're back.
Yeah, I was like Scott, pregnant man, gone for 9 months, right in my hometown. Yeah, we haven't done a podcast since October 2020, so it's been 9 months since we did it. I happened to take a look at Anchor, which is a platform that we use, and I'm sure if you're listening to this right now, you already heard the ad. You just heard the ad literally 2 seconds ago.
How much have we made off Anchor? Is there
$2.74?
Yes,
give or take.
I'm not claiming that. IRS, I'm not claiming that.
No, absolutely not. It's not going on my 1040. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I saw that we had 86 listens on our last episode, and I was like, shit, dude. I don't know why it took people that long to find it, but they're finding it. They're finding it in droves. So figured.
Has it told you where the main locations are coming from?
It does tell you the location. It doesn't do it for each episode. It does it for the podcast total. Majority of them are in either Arizona and Texas.
Okay.
Not enough Georgia, go Dogs. Not enough Georgia in there. Yeah. Not enough Oklahoma, go Sooners. So I'm hoping to get those numbers up.
And here's the thing, Oklahoma, Georgia about to be in the same conference.
I did see that, that's kind of weird, though, not to have Oklahoma and Texas in the same conference.
Oh, you mean the founders of the Big 12? You mean
the Red River rivalry? Is that
the literal founders of a conference aren't going to be in that conference anymore?
McConaughey is going to be upset. Actually, he should be happy. Gives Texas a chance to win.
Yeah, right. I read today that the Pac-12 commissioners or directors or whatever you want to call them, they said they don't want any of the Big 12 teams, which I thought was kind of weird because I think like Texas Tech, Baylor would be.
OSU. The Pac-12 doesn't want them.
Yeah.
Huh.
Kind of odd. Like, why?
I feel like you would. Why wouldn't you want to have a Texas team? Brings validity.
Tech.
Yeah, it brings validity to your conference.
Yeah, Tech kind of matches the Pac-12 in general because they have no defense and they just like score a lot of points.
Okay, so I actually was thinking about this. I have a very interesting question, and it came to my attention because obviously the Suns ended up making, my condolences, by the way, they ended up making a run to the finals, right? They go up 2-0,
Yeah.
And the Bucks, we all know what happened. Sun 4 guy wasn't there to save you. He wasn't there to
give a reverse.
He wasn't there to give a 2-piece and a soda.
I almost bought a shirt. I think the Barstool guys had a shirt.
Oh my God,
dude. Bought it.
Yeah. Imagine assaulting someone and then making millions of dollars off the assault.
I tell you what, though, that dude, he tried the no look, didn't work, and he got punished for it.
Oh my gosh.
So,
yeah, he's not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, can we feel bad for the guy? I don't.
But we're going to get into the Suns in a little bit. But I have an interesting question here for you. And I would think that the two teams would be in contention, would be the Cardinals and the Suns. If you could choose a team to watch, make a run, and win a championship, which team would it be? I'm not thinking it's going to be the Coyotes. I don't think it's going to be the Diamondbacks, maybe. So it's either the Cards or the Suns.
Here's the thing with the Diamondbacks for me is that I watched them make a run when I was younger and they won the championship and they won it in the most like
epic
way possible.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would like to watch Diamondbacks, but
been there,
done that, right? Yeah, I've been there. It would be the Cardinals for sure. I think for me, like football, I like football above anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember back to when the Cardinals with Warner made the run. And that was just awesome. I could do that every year.
Yeah.
That's why
Palmer
England,
almost did. So close.
Palmer did. Yeah. That was the NFC championship.
That was the first year I was in Phoenix. That was such an exciting season because right prior to that, I was in Charlotte and my friend, I think I said this on the podcast before, my friend had an apartment right by the stadium. So we had the doors open. We were watching the game in his apartment, and it's when Ryan Lindley had to start because Palmer got hurt, then Drew Stanton got hurt.
Yeah.
So obviously they had no chance in that game. But everyone's like, oh, if they were healthy, then they would have had a shot to beat them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then the following season, who do they meet in the NFC Championship? They meet Carolina, and Cam Newton was he was in the zone that season. He was on another level. Haven't seen that same guy since,
and I don't think we ever will.
War Eagle. War Eagle. But tell me a little bit about what was the vibe of the city as the Suns? Because I feel like, I lived in Phoenix for about 5 years or so. The Cardinals were more relevant than the Suns, definitely during that period of time. But I always felt like, especially in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, it was a Sun city. So I feel like the city is more identified with the Phoenix Suns, more so than the Cardinals, because the Cardinals were other places and they just got into town in the 90s. I mean, in the 90s, you're talking about Charles Barkley, Larry Johnson. The Suns are already well established and they make a finals run.
This is a basketball town, or was a basketball town first. I think basketball was what you followed in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, you look back, you have the Barkley, the Kevin Johnsons, you turn that into like the Nash, Amari, Marion, the Raja Bell playoff. That's what you think of when you think of sports in Arizona. I don't think it was really for football until like a Warner came by. And then it turned into more football. Now, I think football in general is just
king.
Yeah, it's just, you can't.
Pretty much everywhere you go.
Yeah. But dude, it was absolutely electric. I think that's all you could talk about anywhere. If you wore a Sun shirt around, everybody was just like, yelling, "Go Suns, Suns in 4." It was awesome. It
punching people in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how he said hi. I just, punched someone right in the face.
Not a lot of Denver fans were safe out there. R.I.P.
No, that was it was so much fun.
Did you go to any games?
I didn't, no. Oh. And I was like, I need to make this happen, but I mean, tickets on the low end were $900, and that was near the top. And I'm like, well, if I can just get like a few friends over, we hang out. And our ritual every time was at around like the 2 or 3 minute left in the second quarter, we'd order Jimmy John's. Every time we ordered Jimmy John's, they freaking won. And then we got to the finals, didn't order at all until like the last game. And I think it was just too late. It was too much to overcome. Yeah. We even got the gargantuan Jimmy John's. It still didn't do anything. So
didn't change the momentum. Wow, you really fucked yourself. Should have just got Jimmy John's.
If it would have stayed consistent, I mean, I'll take that.
Freaky fast.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin. It's my fault. I'm writing right now a formal apology to the Suns. I feel like I let them down.
You have a letter drafted to Devin Booker and CP3. You think CP3 comes back?
Yeah, he'll come back. And we'll pay him. We'll probably pay him whatever he wants. I think he had that much of an impact on that team. And I don't know if you remember this, but like some of our first podcasts, we were talking about the CP3 acquisition.
I remember Drew was pumped.
He was so excited. But I sat there.
Oh man, I think this is really gonna be a game changer. And we're like, he's fucking old. He's over the hill.
Dude, the one thing Drew has been right on, right?
Seriously.
The one thing. That's all he has.
Oh, dude. And you know what I love about him is that if I didn't know there was a Suns game on, I could just go on Twitter and see a tweet. Suns play a playoff game today.
Suns have a playoff game tonight.
Suns have a finals game today.
Yeah. But no, I was like, when that trade happened, I was like, I really liked Oubre, and I thought he was a cornerstone for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, gosh, I hate this trade because I feel like we're getting someone on the back end of their career. I feel like it's just not going to work out. We may get him for 1 or 2 years, but we're not going to go anywhere with it, right?
Yeah.
And then, he just shoved that right up where the sun don't shine.
You know what's crazy too with the Suns? That they went through all the teams that you would say like, oh, but they didn't have to go through them. They went through the Lakers, they went through Denver, and they went through the Clippers.
And here's the thing, Lakers minus, right, AD. They went through Denver minus Murray.
It definitely was not the Lakers year.
Clippers
and then Denver
minus Kawhi. So there was some luck to it, But I mean, the Lakers had the same thing last year. Nobody was discounting their win in the bubble.
I discount
I mean,
it.
I do. But I mean, they got a cakewalk and then faced Miami Heat team without Butler, Adebayo, and I don't even know who someone else was out too. I think it was Goran, right? Dragic.
I mean, health is always going to be a part of the game, and you just need to be lucky with that, especially in football. Football, for sure. Which the Giants always catch an injury bug. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you draft a running back second overall. I mean, do I have to keep saying it?
I ran out of fingers to keep track.
I was actually listening to one of the promos we did for Transplant Phoenix, and you're like, "Is this about Barkley again?" No. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Every time.
Yeah, but also CP3, was it the Clippers series or the Lakers series where he was going to miss a few games, and everyone's like, "Oh shit."
It was the Clippers series, but he got injured on the back end of the Lakers series.
Mm-hmm.
So he had that. I think it was shoulder. I think it was a shoulder injury.
Yeah, something looked wrong with him in the finals.
I think, and I'm surprised we haven't heard anything yet. I think he was going through something in the finals. That's the only thing that can explain his performance, because he doesn't just lose the ball like that, or he doesn't miss those mid-range shots like he usually does. So I'm surprised we haven't heard anything like he has like some type of torn something or surgery next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is I actually spoke to him after the game, and he said he was waiting for Jimmy John's to be delivered to some house in the greater Phoenix area. And they said they never got there during the last game. Was the only game it was ordered.
You know what happened in that game? It was 45-minute delivery time. So
the delivery guy really fucked you.
Yeah. I might.
It's a 50-50 split between you and the delivery guy.
I think we both got to own this.
I think it's the whole infrastructure of the system really fucked us. We
need to rethink how we're doing this.
You know what though? It was honestly kind of exciting to see the Suns be relevant though. Because I'm not a Phoenix Sun. I'm sadly a Knicks fan, and they far surpassed any expectations I had of them. I was thinking like maybe 15 wins, never mind going to the playoffs. And the one team that I wanted them to play in the first round was like, if we get the Hawks, we got a shot. Turned out not to be the case. The Hawks made a nice little run to the Eastern Conference Finals as well, and
the Knicks forgot how to score.
Yeah, Julius Randle forgot how to play basketball. He must have been in Space Jam too. They took his powers.
Okay, I refuse. I'm just gonna say that right now. I refuse to watch it.
I can't watch it, dude.
Not watching it. It's gonna ruin the first one for me.
Seriously?
And I don't even because I'm LeBron that much. So I'm like, I had two factors right there, and I'm just not.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's not even because Michael Jordan. It's because I don't get to see Charles Barkley and I don't get to see Bill Murray. Like those are the two staples of Space Jam to me.
You don't have Space Jam without them. That's for sure.
No, hell no, dude. The dime of the century, Bill Murray.
Speaking of the Knicks, what pick do they have? Oh, they have 19. Okay. There's not going to be anything there. I don't think this is a very deep class as it is. Let's see. Cunningham went 1. I don't even know who. Jalen Green. Okay.
Honestly, I don't even follow college basketball anymore. I feel like it's just not the same as it once was. Oh, that was my next question, actually. A little tangent here. So you pick the Cardinals would be the team that you want to see go on a run, win a championship. Yeah. Would you rather see ASU football win a championship or the Cardinals?
Ooh,
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
That's a tough one.
I just because I know you so much better than your wife.
Mm-hmm. You say that, and look at me right here.
I know.
Oh man. I'm gonna say just barely, just by the skin of my teeth. I'm going to say the Cardinals.
Really? I'm surprised.
I know.
I would thought because there's an association there. You went there. There's definitely a tie, not only with you, but with, your family as well.
Definitely. And I think it's because, gosh,
You're
I've
just a
been I've
degenerate
been a
gambler, and it's like a
yeah,
better gambling
I've been a
game.
Cardinals fan longer than I've been. I mean, I have ties right to ASU, but I've been a Cardinals fan since,
Since birth.
early 90s, right? I mean, when I
Yeah.
can remember, like 95, 96. I mean, when they were still playing in Tempe.
Weren't they the Phoenix Cardinals originally? Were they the Phoenix Cardinals? Am I making this up?
Good thing
Marwan.
No, we don't need Marwan. I wonder how he's doing.
I was actually just thinking that. I was going to ask you if you've seen him or DV at all.
No, not since.
Really. I should probably reach out to DV and Marwan just to see how they're doing.
Yeah, I wonder where they're at these days.
Well, Marwan's definitely still in Phoenix. I'm actually not sure about DV. I think the last time I spoke to him was I just said Happy New Year's. And he said, "You abandoned me. Go fuck yourself." Something along those lines. No,
you abandoned me. I listened back to
the David interview. I think,
yeah,
dude, that's literally the only podcast my brother listened to from Transplant Phoenix. It's maybe
it's a work of art.
It's honestly probably the one thing I'm most proud of in my life, that I was a part of that podcast.
Here's the thing is, we didn't know it was going that route.
No clue. I didn't know anything about him. Really. I thought I was like, I know him pretty well. I could kind of see where this is going. Knew nothing about him. Nothing.
Zero.
I knew he was from Philly. That was pretty much it. Like the Philly area. That was it.
I don't even know why we looked up that. Oh, he said it was fucked up. Never mind. That's why we looked up that one school that he went to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. We're gonna tease it a little right now, so people have to go back.
If you have not listened to it,
though, yeah,
100%. I know it seems like I'm a biased opinion. Unbiased opinion right now. Someone who listens to podcasts on the reg, it's one of the best podcasts ever. 100%. I stand by it.
Yeah, it was a good time. I had my my boy John here. He listened to it. He's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, he's like, what was that?
I didn't even think it was real.
He's like, did you guys know? And we're like, dude, we had no idea. No idea. And then
no idea.
You could tell, like, that podcast, we were like just banter back and forth, having fun, whatever, like our usual stuff. And then all of a sudden he threw out that school, and then it just like something flipped in us.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. Like the first 10, 15 minutes, I was worried. I was like, this is going to be a dud of a podcast. And it's just going to be us fucking around, which is never a dud. But I was like, I never thought 10 minutes into the podcast, I never thought it would go where it went.
Mm-hmm.
I was so oblivious. I felt like someone took me into a back alley, punched me over the head, said Suns in 4. He took my Murray jersey.
It was so, he was rapping. We're like, what the heck are we doing here? Like, what's going on? Are we just gonna listen? I'm fine with listening to rap for an hour. Like, you can come up with some good stuff.
Honestly, that podcast is the best proof I have that we're in a simulation. Like nothing is real. It's all a lie.
Oh man,
that was dude. That podcast was so epic.
So
were they the Phoenix Cardinals?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It says 1994. It was name changed to the Arizona Cardinals. So from 88 to 94, they were the Phoenix Cardinals. And then 94 on.
I knew it. I felt like I've seen a retro shirt. Speaking of retro, what about does Cash fit in his little suit yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. He's getting there, dude. He's got to grow.
He's getting close. So I put it next to him the other day, and I'm like, can't wait to send this one to Maddie.
The season's coming too. Season's coming. Do you even care about the Coyotes?
No.
Do you even think they should be a team in Phoenix? Yeah.
See, ice melts in the desert, and how they have a stadium, I just don't know.
Mines melt in the desert, especially Joshua Tree.
Do you know what's been happening here for the last few weeks?
No.
It's been humid.
Humid?
So humid. I mean, we're getting like 40, 50% humidity on top of like 90-some degree weather.
That's wild. Is it monsoon season?
Yeah, it is.
That's why
it hasn't been like this, like just a prolonged, like it's not going away.
I remember when they first told me about monsoons, And they're like, you have to be careful. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm from the fucking Northeast. I don't give a shit about monsoons. I've been through blizzards. I was on my way home from work. This monsoon was so bad, I couldn't see in front of me. I had to pull over on the side. I was like, oh, the monsoons are no joke. It looked like the Mummy too, because it was like a dirt storm coming from downtown a little bit north towards Camelback. And I'm like, what is going on here? It's like, what is that? I thought it was a bunch of bees. Nope, it was a dirt storm.
Well, you're glad it's not a bunch.
I thought
of
it was
bees.
Brendan Fraser.
Dude, and it hits you in like 2 seconds. It's like
that,
on
yeah.
you. It's there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guess I'm in the middle of
It's like thunderstorms in Florida. They just come and they pass by. It's not a matter of if it's going to rain. It's just like, when is it going to rain and how long it's going to rain in Florida.
Yeah.
It's flat as shit. I actually have to go to Florida soon for my friend's wedding. I have 3 weddings in a row. I got his wedding in September. I have a wedding in October, plus your bachelor party. And then I have your wedding in November too.
Dude, when I didn't know you had that many friends. I thought,
seriously, I was like, I didn't know I had this many friends either. I was like, why are you guys sending me this invitation? I haven't spoken to you in like 3 years. The
like,
only one I was
hell?
expecting was obviously yours, because I would say even, well, you know, not geographically speaking, but you're probably one of my closest friends at this point in my life.
I'm blushing.
Yeah, I could see. Oh God, you're so cute when you blush.
Look cute.
And I mean, Drew obviously never won, and then you.
yeah.
He's my quarterback. Fair. You know, that's my
once you see him roll out of the pocket and he hits you with the dime piece from 8 yards away.
Remember Thunder and Lightning? How they used to call Tiki Barber and Rondane Thunder and Lightning. Imagine Thunder and Lightning as one person. That's Drew. Fucking just electric.
I don't think you could have said it better.
He's kind of like a quarterback from the University of Kentucky, Jared Lorenzen. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about him the other day. I just remember, like, every once in a while, I'll just think back, that freaking huge guy from Kentucky. I wonder what he's doing.
He died.
Life. Yeah, and then I remembered that.
I was like, I wonder what he's. Oh, he's dead.
It's see. Drew, he may only have one rollout, but it's the best goddamn rollout.
It's the best rollout you've ever seen. It's so beautiful. And he's like, you're a pretty good receiver out there. I was like, thanks. Dude, it's about time to start throwing the pigskin around. Spin it, boys.
I know. I could really use some cardio around here.
Yeah.
I've been lifting really, really well, actually, for the last like 6-7 months. I've
been playing in a roller hockey league.
Roller hockey?
Yeah, 3 goals on the season. What's up?
Jesus. How many games?
My fucking hip is killing me.
Is it like full contact? Like,
no, it's not full contact. It's indoors, like inline rink. But I mean, it does get physical and chippy. And then also you're using a legitimate hard puck. So, dude, I have a welt on my fucking legs from blocking shots. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
How'd you get sucked into that?
Well, I played the season before I went back to Phoenix. So I played in 2019 in the summer, and then I came out to Phoenix, and then obviously didn't have it last year because of COVID. So when I came back, I was looking forward to it. I was like, I just need some competition in my life. And it's great dude, it's great fucking cardio. You get gas.
I can't even,
because it's like running sprints.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially with some of these kids.
Yeah, look at like NHL and the most ice time they get in a single like run.
Are you there?
Cardio that you have to have. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I think I lost you for a second there. Hopefully the audio picks up though. Is it my internet that's unstable? I think so. Maybe. Yeah, dude, but the cardio is fucking insane. I mean, it's like you go out there for a minute shift. So the defensemen
you guys run some lines and
well, when people show up, dude, we had a fucking game where we had 1 sub. I was talk about. I went out and I actually scored like a nice legitimate goal. Rarely happens, but like nice legit goal. I got right off. I was just fucking exhausted. They kept asking like, "What's your number? What's your number?" You guys don't even fuck keep stats anyway. What's the fucking difference? It's like the puck went in the net. Just count it as a goal.
It's like a legit league. Do you play for like money at the end or like a trophy or?
You play for pride.
Pride, yeah.
I think there may be a trophy. There's actually a guy in the league. We always fuck around and joke about it because in his Instagram profile, it has 5-time champ. And I go, he's Tom Brady of the league. Like, I don't even say his name. I just go, bah, goat.
Oh, yeah. When you're a 5-time champ, you can do that.
Dude, it's so funny. It's fucking hilarious. Bunch of good guys, though. Good guys. We're so bad as a team. We've won one game in 7 games.
Perfect.
Yeah. We always blow it at the end. It's fucking bad, but it's fun.
Yeah. What else have you been up to since your trek back?
Literally just trying not to kill myself. That's pretty much it. You know, I have a noose ready for me. I tie it every day just to make sure it's very tight. No,
I'll just make sure it's high enough.
I don't know. I don't know. I just have a different feeling about life than I once did. It's weird. It's a weird feeling, but I'm trying to take steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. That's all you can do. But you know what? You realize what you value and what you should value. I've gained a lot of perspective from going back and forth, going from East Coast to the West Coast, back to the East Coast. And you start thinking about like what's really important in life, all the things that I bitch and complain about that I should just have to deal with. You just deal with it so that you can get to the good parts of your life. And you don't always want, you think you do, you think you always want your life to be great and be happy. But if you need a counterbalance to it, you know, you need the yin and the yang, because if you don't have those shitty days, you don't appreciate the good things that happen in your life as much. But what's important is when you're in those good moments, realize that it is a good moment and try to be in the moment. Because literally, the moment's the only thing that you have. It's the only thing that you ever have. It's the only thing that exists is being in this moment. Like we're doing the podcast right now, right? We're in this moment. This is all I'll ever know.
Yeah.
So
well said.
It's
that is it.
Yeah, and I've done a ton
better,
of drugs.
No, that's what I was about to say. Is it better on drugs or off?
It depends what your state of mind is. I think a lot of people do drugs to change their state of mind. That's why you drink alcohol. That's why you smoke weed. That's why you do LSD. That's why you do mushrooms. Whatever it is that you do, whatever your vice is, you're trying to get out of your state of mind because you can't deal with what's currently going on. I mean, the scariest place is to be inside your head sometimes. But you also have to realize that you can't let external things don't control you.
Yeah.
They don't make you happy. They don't make you motivated. For some people are money motivated. And honestly, I envy those people because they know what drives them. But when you're not driven by money or material things, and you're looking for purpose or meaning, it's very difficult to find purpose and meaning because it's based on your definition of it. What gives you meaning, what gives you purpose. And you know what most people don't know what does give them meaning and purpose. So it's an interesting journey to be on.
Speaking on the mental, I don't know if you call it mental illness or just the mental side of it. What do you think about?
Are you diagnosing me?
No, I was just saying, what do you think about like Simone Biles or like athletes in general pulling out because of that? What do you think about Simone though pulling out of the? I guess first off, and second off, what do you think about the American athlete?
I have one question for you first. Is it true that they were going to grade her differently?
See, that's what they said. Like the judges are like, you can't throw these skills, the very top end of her skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, in it of itself, that sucks, right? But we knew this for a while now. The judges were kind of discouraging her from doing like her own signature moves.
Mm-hmm.
So we've known that, and we've known that they wanted a competitive edge, whatever that means. When you're the best, you're the best. I don't know how you're supposed to just tone it down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was already known before going into Olympics. So I don't think that may have had a factor into it. But I mean, I don't know.
Well, how old is she? Do you know how old she is?
24?
Well, at 24 years old, being that talented and you feel like you're underappreciated or you have a raw, you're not being treated as an equal just because you're so good. That I mean that could fuck with your head a little bit. There's no doubt about that. I don't know exactly her personal problems or issues that she's having right now, but if she feels like this is what's best for her moving forward in her life, then you step away. You know, there's no point. What glory can she get from going to get another gold medal? Is it worth her sanity? Is it
Yeah.
worth her life? If that's something that's actually going to break her? And you got to think like this, man. We've all been in high pressure situations. I I've never. You probably have been because you have kids. I've never been in that high of a pressure situation where everyone's watching you and you're under a microscope. So
Yeah.
I mean, it could really, and if she's going through something bad, because a lot of the times you see people with a smile on their face, just because they have a smile on their face doesn't mean they're happy. A lot of the times it's a mask. They're putting on a
Right.
show for you to make it seem like everything's okay. There's something going on in her life. Maybe it's in her control, maybe it's beyond her control. I don't know. But if she thinks that it's not worth her sanity to go out there for another gold medal, who am I to tell her, hey, get the fuck back out there?
Right. Right.
Now, the whole situation, I feel like where a lot of people are upset is like, oh, you took that person's position, which I understand that, but you don't know what her state of mind was at the time that she took that position and she makes that travel over to Tokyo. Maybe
True.
she's in a total different mindset. I mean, from day to day, people are somewhat
Yeah.
inconsistent. You know, we're all
I feel
humans.
like, but I mean, that's a pretty extreme thing to do, to just not compete in an Olympic game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's the only thing that I was like, I wasn't even like sad or mad or anything about it. I thought it was like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But to not even feel like you're going to have a moment like that, I don't know if it just comes out of nowhere like that. I mean, I have heard, and I've talked with Stacy about this because obviously she was a gymnast. I mean, this twisties thing, that's like a real thing. That's a legit thing. You're just so disoriented in the air and you just can't find yourself. And for gymnastics, obviously you need to find the ground or else you're gonna break your neck.
You're done.
But I was like, man, like right before, anytime before, you weren't feeling away, like maybe this could happen, or
Mm-hmm.
but like you said, I mean, day to day it could change and pressure could build up and implode on you at any moment.
Pressure doesn't only build diamonds. But also what I would say, and I hope for her that this is not a moment that she regrets, where she regrets not quote unquote toughing it out, staying there, trying to go for a gold medal, because at the end of the day, she's probably gonna look back on it and she's leaving a legacy. She's only 24 years old. God only knows if she runs through this Olympics, goes into the next one, and then she may be a little bit old for that third or three Olympics from now. But if she's able to, I mean, you're talking about one of the greatest Olympians ever. I mean, she's already in that discussion as being one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant Olympic.
This is probably it, right? I mean, this was 4 years down. She's 28. 24 is considered like grandma.
Probably old for gymnasts, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe one more potentially. I mean, if they're not letting her do her own moves anyway,
I know, right?
Probably still.
You know
Yeah.
what was what was weird is like on the guys' side, they have a gymnast and he has a move named after himself, but he got 10th place. So I'm like, there has to be like a certain,
It's not an
like, you
effective
have to
move,
be like,
obviously.
like, oh, you're gonna, just because you're the first one to do it, but it doesn't like add anything to your routine, and you still get 10th. Like, can you really have a?
They're like, oh, you got a 5 out of 10, but I mean that's his move.
But that's his move.
It's your move. I mean, it sucks, but it's your move.
Here's what I wanted to ask you though.
Yeah.
And this is kind of separating Simone from the overall like American athlete picture, because I think it's a little different when you are in a sport that's like life and death like that. I don't know. Like if you're not feeling right and you go in the air, I mean, you can legitimately, there was a girl.
You get paralyzed.
Yeah, there was a girl like in
Die,
the
potentially, yeah.
70s that she wasn't feeling right, and the coaches made her go out there or whatever, and she ended up paralyzed. So you're like, okay, I mean, if you have the twisties right and you're not right, then gymnastics is the one sport where you're like, okay, like we're not about to throw up like
So
a
it's 100%
triple
focus.
somersault and twist in the air.
It's literally everything. You have to be 100% dedicated and focused in that moment in order to achieve the main goal, which is to land.
Exactly.
So
that aside, and I was trying to come up with the best word to describe this, but I just couldn't. So I'm just going to say it. The American athlete feels like a little fragile at this time. Between we hear about every like little injury, every nick and bruise. We have like load management now. Our leagues are catered around like proper resting for players, which I get it. You have health and safety of it, but always complaining about money, right? It just feels like the American athlete's fragile, and then it comes with the mental side of it too.
But to be honest with you, that's a great question. And being in sports medicine for the last 25 years of my life and dedicated, yeah, no, I think to a certain degree we are fragile, and I think the reason why is that not that we necessarily feel underappreciated, but we feel as if we're deserving of more acclaim and fame and fortune. And sometimes you compare, I mean, social media has made us compare our lives to other people's lives, right? Why would athletes be any different? So they're comparing themselves to the best of the best. When you compare yourself, if you're in the NFL, you're an NFL quarterback and you compare yourself to Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, you're always going to be upset with the outcome that you have and the results that you have, but you're not them. And that's what you have to realize. So I think to a certain degree, we are fragile. And I think I don't want to say.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying it's necessarily like a bad thing.
I think we've enabled it though. I think our community is it. I think like our community has enabled this behavior, right? That you should feel like a victim, right? You've gotten fucked. You deserve more. But I mean, anytime that you want to be great at something, you have to go after it and you have to give it your all and you have to dedicate your life to it. It's not just going to be given to you. And I feel like a lot of these people feel like it should just be given to them. And I'm not saying that they didn't work hard. I'm not saying that they don't deserve more. I don't know their individual situations, but, and just to become a professional athlete, it's like you're the 1% of the 1%. I mean, it's a tough go at it. How many people play in college sports? What, 2% of high school athletes? Yeah. So then you go to college, and then from college, how many people become professionals? 2%, 1%. So the 2% of the 2%, the 1% of the 1%, just to make it in professional sports takes a lot. And it is tough. When I always think about it, I think about football because their money's not guaranteed. When you're the 53rd guy on the roster, you kind of feel like a pawn. You don't really have a say. You don't have a face. And I mean, that kind of goes with the sport in general. Unless you're a quarterback, most people don't know who you are or what you look like, unless, you're JJ Watt or Aaron Donald. But I would honestly, most people, if you showed them a picture of Aaron Donald, they wouldn't know who he was. They'd be like, oh, that guy's an athlete, but I don't know what his name is. Right.
Yeah.
But in basketball, most people know the sixth man of the team.
Yeah.
Just because your face is always out there. So these guys feel underappreciated. Should they feel underappreciated? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. But you can't bitch and complain about it. And also, you can't bitch and complain when you signed up for it. You don't have to be a professional athlete. It's your choice. And I'm not saying
that's what I was struggling with too. I'm like, man, you probably have a job that like anybody would want. I mean, put the pressure on. I mean, that and that's coming from probably a pretty naive standpoint because you're not in that position, so you can't really relate. But on the outside looking in, you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like
you know what though? Because I look at it like this, and it's hard to shit on these guys because I look at people like us, right? Mm-hmm. People in our position where we have decent jobs, right? We've had decent jobs, but we fucking hate it. And there's people out there would die for your job. Well, they don't have my fucking job, right? Yeah. They don't have this opportunity. They don't know what it takes. So I'm sure those guys feel the same way. Like,
I think anybody in a center though is gonna.
I mean, in your life, everything revolves around you, right? So your problems are more than other people's problems. Your struggles are more than other people's struggles. Your concerns are more than other people's concerns. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are and how great you think you are. At the end of the day, everyone is selfish. You care about yourself more so than you care about others. And there's every now and then that there's that 100% completely selfless person. And I don't think we give them enough credit for actually putting others before themselves. Like when you go into a place where someone's fucking getting shot, like the security guard in, was it the Connecticut shooting where the security guard went back in the school, saved kids' lives?
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's something like that. Because when push comes to shove, like I don't give a fuck if I'm a security guard or not. I'm getting $15 an hour. I'm getting out of here alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fuck those kids. But no, not fuck those kids. But honestly, it takes a lot of guts.
Denver? Was it in Denver? No.
Denver. Well, Aurora was the movie theater.
That's wrong. I looked up security guard and it says Denver TV station security guard charged with murder. I was like, that's not the right thing.
I think it was Florida, actually. Was it Highland Park shooting or something? I don't know. But the guy went back in there and saved lives. And I'm not ignorant to the fact that, like, I don't know if I go back in and save those people's lives if I knew my life was really in danger.
Right.
So everyone's selfish. And I don't know how we got into shootings.
No, I don't either.
But this is the way my mind,
back, baby.
This is just the way my mind works, going in these tangents and thinking about
Transplant
stuff.
Phoenix. Now, the name Transplant Phoenix, I think we have to address this.
That
there is currently no transplant in Phoenix.
There's always a transplant in Phoenix. Devy is a transplant in Phoenix.
Yeah, but
Marwan technically is too.
He's not on the cover of the podcast.
That's true. He's not the creator of the podcast. He didn't even know I had a podcast by myself.
By yourself,
if you listen to
20 minutes.
I know, 20. I would speak to myself for 30 minutes. I don't know if I could actually do that anymore. Actually, I probably could. I probably could.
Right now.
I got a lot of mental issues.
You're doing great.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep the name just because I like the name. It's a good ring, and the fucking cover is epic. Like it's a great cover. It's a great name, and I really want to get that on a shirt and start selling it.
Well, if we
not for me, you know, not for the money.
I want it for the money.
Exactly.
What we need to cross over that 100 mark per episode.
Yeah.
And then I would love to make, because TP, right? I love that. Like a little TP, what is that? Orange and green snapback hat. I want one of those.
Yeah. Dude, that would be epic. It's actually perfect for Phoenix too, the colors.
Yeah. I think it would look fire.
The Suns.
So everybody listening, if they made it this long, needs to pass it along.
Pass it along, share, like, share, subscribe.
Like
It's on
yours.
Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
Is
Anywhere
Anchor
you
an
get podcasts.
actual? Is Anchor an
You could
actual
go on,
way?
yeah, you could go on Anchor. I think it's like .fm. Go on Anchor and actually listen to it through Anchor. They have an app as
Ah,
well.
got it. Yeah, I see it
They
here.
did some rebranding too because their interface looks a little different.
Now you were doing another podcast, right? For
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna bring that one back or not. Empire State Your Mind. It was New York sports. It was mostly Giants. So since football season's coming up, we may do it. Um, it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do podcasts.
yeah. Yeah, is that why you took off the last couple months?
Yeah, I just haven't been feeling good either.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a professional athlete and these guys just aren't paying me enough. So
Here's the thing for me is I feel so bad, but full disclosure to everybody, I put nothing beyond what you hear right now into this
you come, you show
podcast.
up, and you give me someone to talk to. So that's probably good for my mental health.
Yeah, I'm here just so you don't go off the rails.
Yeah. But people love it when I go off the rails. And also, you brought all the guests. You brought a ton of listeners too to the podcast. So you have contributed. And I was the one who asked you. Speaking of which, honestly, everyone's favorite segment. Any bets coming up this weekend?
Nope,
No,
I'm
nothing.
out.
You've given up. Oh, it's
Nope,
over.
I've given up.
You're waiting for Vegas.
I'm waiting for Vegas.
Waiting for Vegas,
You
dude. The
know why I'm waiting for
UFC. Have you
Vegas?
been keeping up with it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I still follow everything, and
I know, me too, dude. Honestly, the UFC. I fucking love the UFC. Most of the interviews that I listen to and the podcasts that I listen to, it's either comedians or like they're talking about UFC.
yeah, I absolutely love UFC. I'd say it's for me, it's football and then UFC right now. I mean, you have the basketball run with the Suns, but I mean, I have
Mhm.
UFC. Like, I'm not missing a Saturday watching the fights. Like,
It's always there too, which I love. It's just like always there every Saturday. And when they miss a Saturday, I'm like, oh fuck, what am I gonna
yeah,
do?
what the hell? Love it. I watch the what is that called? Return of the Ultimate Fighter every Tuesday or whatever, and then on Saturdays watch the cards. It's been great.
Does Connor ever come back?
Connor will be back, and I think the fight against Poirier went perfectly for him. And that sounds so weird to say because he broke his leg, but he was going to lose that fight. I think everybody could see it. Like
Oh
Poirier
yeah,
is just better than him,
it
but
gives him an out.
we don't have conclusion on it. So here's the thing with McGregor. I think if he loses that fight, he's probably just money fighting after that.
Nate Diaz 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's finding the money fights, right? He's going Nate Diaz. He's going maybe even like a Paul brother or something. You know what I mean? Like just a money grab at that point.
Do you think
Or,
Tony Ferguson and him would be a money fight? I feel like it would.
I don't think anymore. I don't know. I just don't have any
just because they suck.
I just don't have any want to watch that. I don't know. Because it would just be Ferguson getting his face smashed in for 5 rounds.
People
But
love
he
it
wouldn't
though.
go down.
I know. He's like a zombie.
It's just painful to watch him because he's lost all of his what made him so fun to watch. Now he's just a punching bag.
Yeah, Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you throw you in some just crazy shit and you just do crazy things, now he just takes a crazy amount of punches to the face.
Yeah. He could take a lot of punishment though. I'll give him that. That's a hell of a skill. Dude, that Justin Gaethje fight, when we watched it, oh my goodness, man.
It was almost like
I felt bad
felt
for
a
him.
little cringy, right? You're like, I don't know if I could watch this anymore because he's just
well, when he's getting punched in that 5th round and he starts shaking his head side to side.
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely his brains are scrambled right now. Like, you're like, Herb, stop it. Herb, where the fuck are you? Yeah, his brains were absolutely scrambled.
But with McGregor, so he gets the doctor stoppage. There's no conclusion, even though we all kind of know, but there's still there's no definitive. Like, they could maybe fight again. I don't know if Poirier will do it, but I mean, that puts him in line to fight someone like a Gaethje or like a Chandler Jones or maybe whoever loses Oliveira versus Poirier.
Michael Chandler?
Yeah, Michael Chandler.
You thinking Chandler Jones because he wants out.
Oh, I know. Just get him out.
I know he's going to the Giants now. Go Dogs.
I don't know what it is for me. Like when a player doesn't want to play for your home team, I don't care who it is. I'm just like, get rid of him.
Get him out. Yeah.
Just get him out.
Toxic. We don't need that shit. You could get a decent amount back from.
Yeah,
it just depends on the leverage now because he wants out, but at the end of the day, he's under contract.
I think he showed up too. So
yeah,
I don't think he's not gonna play, but with a guy like that, he's in the last year of his contract. He just wants some stability. But how can you give it to a guy like that after you just missed a full season?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No doubt. I mean, if he wants out, then you might as well get something from him now because he'll just walk at the end of the season, probably.
Exactly.
So might as well get something in return for him. What do you think about the Cards this season?
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I think you have a little time frame right now, and we've set it up to where it's like a year or two because you still have Kyler on the rookie contract. You bring in a guy like Watt, who, I mean, he's in the back half. If Fitz comes back, this has got to be it.
Yeah.
AJ Green, a guy like that, I mean, he's on the back half. You have a lot of guys that are winding down their careers, and you're getting them at an okay time to where it's not like the end, or at least you don't think it's the end. So I think about a 1 to 2 year gap right now. And then you got to pay Kyler, and then you got to make big decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
I'm excited
for me.
I'm excited for the Giants. I'm really excited for the Giants. God, I hope Daniel Jones pans out. Fastest man alive.
Except he can't stay on his feet.
He can't stay on his feet, but he's so fucking fast. That's why he can't stay on his feet. He's so fast.
It's hard, man.
It's just
who do they have?
Barkley's gonna get injured. I just know it.
Have you looked at their schedule?
They actually have a relatively easy schedule. Honestly, this may sound biased, but I think they'll win the NFC East.
Because how many wins? 8 should be good.
Probably 9, because you got the 17 games now. So probably 9 and 8.
Oh yeah, that extra game.
Yeah, so probably like 9 and 8, realistically. But I look at it like Washington R words, as I like to call them. Washington R words. They have a legit front seven, but that's about it. They don't have anything else.
May come down to them.
And then the Cowboys. Cowboys, I'm worried about with their offense, but their defense is absolute dog shit. And then the Eagles, they're in rebuild mode, so I'm not too worried about them either. And now we can't even – Daniel Jones does not have the excuse of not having a number one receiver or weapons in general. Like, as long as we stay healthy. You got Kenny Golladay, and now finally Sterling Shepard's back in the slot where he belongs.
Stop. How long is that going to last?
I don't know. Maybe 4 games.
Preseason. Hopefully they get to the preseason.
The thing is, when he shows up and he's healthy, he's very consistent catching the football. He usually gets open. He's consistent catching, but
I don't even think
and he was at Oklahoma. Go Sooners.
You don't even need him really. Like just
Sterling, no.
Because I think Slayton's a lot better than him. I mean,
Slayton was great the first season. He couldn't catch a fucking cold last season. He couldn't even catch COVID. And then Barkley just injuries.
Don't say it.
Just injury prone. You don't draft a running back second overall. You know what I mean?
Damn it.
Just don't do it.
You said it.
But
so you got Chiefs on the roster. The
Chiefs are going to be tough. Bucks are going to be tough.
Vegas, right? I mean, they'll be
Vegas
tough.
will fuck them up, son.
You got the Bucks.
We'll go to that spaceship in Vegas and we'll fuck them up.
Miami's tough. Dallas a couple times, obviously. New Orleans in there.
See,
Atlanta.
I think Tua can be got. That's the thing. I think Tua can be got. I think he's mentally weak. I think he's part of this generation that's fragile.
Fragile.
I think, listen, if the Giants can play any type of defense like they did last season and they just have a little bit more offensive production, they're a legit contender, at least for the playoffs. Definitely for the NFC East, but the playoffs, like to potentially make a run. I mean,
It's too bad they don't play the Cards. I'd make you come out and watch that game.
That would be a good game.
I mean, for the Cardinals, yeah, and nice, easy game. Get past.
And well, it depends. If it was in Arizona, it'd be a lot easier for them. But if it was in New York during the winter time, then we're talking about a different story.
So let me look here. We go to Vegas in October, and it's going to be October 24th. So we'll be there for NFL on the 24th. And the Cardinals play Houston. And the Giants.
Do they play the Jets?
Giants on the 24th play Carolina. So my team against Houston, your team against Carolina.
That should be a Sunday. Win. That's got to be a win.
10 a.m. Our flight isn't until later, so we'll be able to watch the whole first games. That's what I'm most stoked. I've never been to Vegas during
football season.
Yeah, NFL.
No,
because we went when
the only time I ever went to. Yeah, only time I ever went to Vegas was with you.
That was college, and we didn't stay for any NFL the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we were up and we.
Yeah, we left. Go Sooners, go Dogs.
Epic.
Oh my gosh, dude! The 9-hour game.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look up right now. I know, triple overtime, right?
You're just like, I hope he misses this field goal. I'm fucking done with this.
I just want to be done. I just want to be done. And I did, dude. I just
But you were like, because you
we
were
put
like,
a lot of money down. Right? I put
like,
a lot of money down.
You were like, if he just misses his field goal, it's a push. So you're like, I'm fine with the push. Let's just do the push. And they're like, no, we're going for it. And we're like, oh,
God damn it. Those games, it comes down like that situation for me all the time when I bet. I'm like, here we go. Like, it's going to be close. It's either it's going to be really close and I barely win, or it's a blowout and I lose by 30.
And that was that Sooners, Texas?
Yeah.
Right? Scott Riddle?
Yep.
The Riddlemeister?
He's going to be, he should be front runner for Heisman.
The Maestro?
I'm trying to see what the schedule is like, but they won't have it since they're switching conferences.
And then the Dogs took care of business. So they're a second half team. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows. Go Dogs.
Everybody knows that.
Shoot, dude.
Georgia football schedule. Sorry, I gotta look this up. Now that I can look at my computer while we talk, it's kind of.
We need Marwan, dude.
I feel empowered. They don't play that week. Damn it.
No Dogs that week?
No Dogs.
Damn.
No Dogs. Anyway, it'll be fun.
What about like softball? They play softball?
Anything?
Anything?
Georgia Athletics, October
Table
23rd.
Tennis? Cornhole? What, do they play anything?
No, nothing. Ooh, actually, a calendar of events might have something here. Hold the phone. And then we'll have to put our crap strategy to work again.
Yep. I forgot everything about craps. I feel like it's like a math test. As soon as you take the test, like I just forgot everything.
Yeah. So we went for March Madness, and I had my buddy. It was his first time playing craps. Mm-hmm. So any first timer, when you go to Vegas, like you have them roll the dice. Like,
oh yeah, because they don't realize what's going on.
Well, they don't realize what's going on, and it's always beginner's luck. I don't know what it is about Vegas.
I'm telling you what it is about beginner's luck. I know exactly what it is for craps, because you're not thinking about the numbers that you shouldn't roll. That's why. When you're cognizant of what you shouldn't roll, you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then you make it come to fruition. Law of attraction. When you don't know what's going on and you're just like, roll it. Okay, I'm just gonna roll the dice.
Yeah.
The dice are playing now.
So I have a funny story. I have a funny story with Drew. Drew went to Vegas with us for March Madness, and we go to play at Treasure Island. So actually at Treasure Island, we got like an all-you-can-drink pass. So we got there at like 1 p.m. and we were there for the rest of the day. So we were just like so
Hammered
belligerent.
faced.
Just we're
Hammered-faced.
betting the UFC fights. I don't know who I'm betting on, but it's like plus
It
300.
sounded like Texas Live to us.
Yeah, like plus 300 odds, and I hit it.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I'm up big. So I turned to Drew, and Drew's never played craps, and we have a couple other guys there. I go to Drew. I'm like, we should go to the craps table. I've never played. Well, I'm like, just follow what I do, and then we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. So we go to the craps table. He starts rolling, and he just goes on a heater.
Hot-handed dice game.
Absolute heater. And of course, it's first time rolling the dice, so he's just like killing it. So I'm sitting there, I'm playing my strategy, I'm raking in chips, like green after green after green. And I look over at Drew, and he hasn't raked in a single chip.
Oh my God. He was so focused on rolling the dice, he didn't put anything down.
He was so focused on rolling the dice, he forgot to bet the board.
He was just doing like pass line. Oh my God.
Exactly. That's all he was doing. And he'd hit one every once in a while because he was hitting the pass line. But we were hitting like the come out was 4, and he was hitting 6 and 8s and 9, everything else but the pass line for a while. So I was just like sitting there raking it in. So I turned to Drew. I'm like, you're not here for yourself. You are a very selfless person, Drew. You're here for the boys. You're here to roll.
That's a good callback. He's selfless.
So yeah, he rolled for like a straight 20, 25 minutes. I walked off that table with about triple my money.
And he walked away with pennies.
I think he wasn't even
15, 16 cents, give or take.
Yeah, he wasn't even up at all. I think he barely broke even.
Couple of Abraham Lincolns, not dollar bills. Some pennies.
So I don't know. It was wild. But we'll have to bring that up because
Dude, we're gonna have to
October.
see how this works too, with him on Zoom too. It's gonna be fun.
Should get 3, right? It's just like me, my audio. Would he have another audio file?
Yeah. So yeah, I could do it. And this is backyard baseball right here, but yeah, I could do it all on separate tracks. And then just hopefully his audio is good. But you know him. He's gonna fuck with his interface and be like, oh no, I can figure it out. And we're like, no, it just sounds terrible. Like, just go back to basics. And I'm like, no, I can figure it. I'm an audio engineer. You know how he is. Fucking real pain in the ass.
Real
mentally weak. Mentally weak from this generation.
So what's gonna be our schedule going forward? We're gonna try to do Mondays?
We'll try to do Mondays.
Just want to let the people know.
We may have to be flexible with we're going to be recording Mondays, so they're not going to get the podcast until at least Tuesday at the earliest. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see the recording schedule, but we're back. We're back. We're back in a big way. We're going to try to do at least once a week, and see how it goes from there.
Here's what we did. We put our ears to the ground and we listened to the people.
Listen to we're men of the people. Some would say we're men of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's saying it, but there's people out there saying that we're men of the people.
There's 86 of them precisely.
There's 86, maybe 87 by now. 87. Some of them probably dead by now. They're saying it's like Joe Biden votes. They're saying I had to get it in. Oh God, we may have to edit that. No, we're keeping it in. Fuck it, we're keeping it in.
Keep it in.
But dude, it was good talking to you. It was nice catching up. And I can't wait until Drew's back on the potty with us too. It'll be fun. And he's totally I'm letting you know now, though, Christian, just be prepared for it. There's going to be 15 minutes where he's dicking around with his audio interface, thinking that he'll be able to figure it out. It's a guaranteed 100%. No doubt.
I can't wait. I wanted to ask you, do we still have the folks from Ireland listening?
Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin?
Actually, let me take a look. I think they are. Actually, I'll go through it right now. I'll go through.
We have to do a quick shout out to my boy Buffy. He listens to us in Texas.
Shout out Buffy.
He's been J-Bay. Call him J-Buff, actually.
Oh, wait. He's in Texas?
Yeah.
I thought he was in North Carolina.
North Carolina now. Sorry. He's in North Carolina now. Was in Texas.
How the fuck do I know? You don't.
I know.
Terrible friend.
I forgot.
Yeah, we got Ireland. 1%. 1% of listeners.
Yeah, I just want to hold on to that.
From Ireland.
I really hope they keep listening.
That one guy is so pumped. He's like, holy fuck, they're bringing it. You're never going to believe it. They're bringing it back. Transplant Phoenix?
Where is that?
Phoenix is in Arizona, you dirty fuck.
But yeah, Buff always, he's like, when's the potty coming back? So I was like, do we really sound that great?
It's back for him. It's back for him.
Want to listen to us?
You know what? It is interesting to hear people that you know. Not that he knows me, but he knows you. And he knows Drew, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
People that he like, it's interesting to hear people that you know have a conversation that's recorded and just out there in the ether. Yeah. And just be like, oh, I fucking know these guys. Probably listen to his car with his wife and his kid. Like, I know these guys.
I know this guy.
I know this
guy. Yeah. And just as a little teaser, we're looking into possibly adding video.
Potentially.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to need a better lighting situation. The backlight's just not working.
Yeah, it's like blinding.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
It's the grace of God. It shines on me all the time.
He's being taken away right
it's
now.
my salvation.
There goes Matt.
Salvation's always shining on me. Hey, sometimes you need to go through the dark to see the light.
Yes, sir.
Remember that.
That's good to end on.
And it's a really dark time. All right, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure. Adieu.